Avengers Endgame. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Oh man, it finally came out, everybody. Major cliffhanger that we had last year with Infinity Wars, and we finally got our Endgame. How does it happen? What happens to Thanos? What happens to our heroes? Big stuff, people. Big stuff. So obviously, got back from seeing it. It's on IMAX because you gotta see it on IMAX. Go big or go home, people. Especially with this kind of a movie. Oh man. I loved it, guys. I really did. I knew going into this movie I was gonna really like it, and Marvel having this be the 22nd cinematic movie experience is just unbelievable. I gotta give it up to those Marvel guys and Disney and everything like that, because they started off with our Iron Man in 2008, and they brought it full circle with all these heroes, all these characters, and they were just able to flush them out so beautifully. And I don't know if we're ever going to see anything like this, but I was so grateful for this movie, and I was just looking so much forward to it. So basically, this is taking place like 5 years after the destruction of half the population of the universe wiped out to our lovely Thanos, our magnificent, finally good villain for Marvel. He was everything I wanted to see in a villain in Infinity Wars. And so, it's good to be patient. It's good to wait. And we've got somebody like that for it. So, I like this movie. It kind of reminded me of like Back to the Future meets, comic book heroes, because it did something with time travel, which I knew it was going to do just because of how Infinity Wars ended, and just the thought of, okay, what can they do? And all that sort of thing to get these people back. I mean, I knew they were coming back because, you got sequels coming out with Spider-Man, Black Panther, I'm sure, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to get another movie. So we knew these guys were coming back, but we just didn't know, how it was going to happen. So it was cool to see that, and I really thought this movie, for being over 3 hours long, which is just unbelievable, but I feel like a movie like this has to be that kind of length, just because there's so much story to tell, and they really wanted to flush everything out and give these characters that we've loved so long just the right justice and the right send out. So we see our heroes in a world where it's just in ruins, and everyone's in dismay. People are still hurting from this, vanishing act is what they were calling the movie. And I really digged it. I digged how, with what they had and how they accomplished it with this movie. There were certain times and, plots and points where it was just kind of a little lag-drogging, and just kind of, not as good pace as Infinity Wars was. I feel like Infinity Wars, to me, because we actually do get to actually see Thanos, it was more like, okay, this guy is for real. Like, he's legit. He's nobody you want to mess with. The tension was really high for Infinity Wars for me. This one, it was high, but I felt like it just wasn't as high. If that's crazy to say, but so it's kind of like this movie is having our heroes trying to figure out, a way to kind of develop a time machine. They figure it out. And it was really neat because, like I said, the Back to the Future part, there's like, I think 4 different, like points in the movie where our heroes are separated, and it's like a send out. It's like, it takes you back to the first Avenger movie, and it shows you like behind the scenes of different scenes that we didn't get to see, that, how it happened. So it kind of like expanded those movies. They also went back to Asgard for, the Thor 2 Dark World. The other one was the first Guardians of the Galaxy in order to collect the Infinity Stone. And then the other one was where we saw in Infinity Wars, where Thanos had to get his soul stone, where he, had to kill Gamora, his daughter. And it just had different viewpoints for the characters, and I thought that was really cool. It was just like, what if they ran into their other selves in that year? So it just had a nice kind of Back to the Future type vibe. And I appreciate that. And then there was like other stuff with like Captain America and Iron Man where they went back in time, like in the 70s, and they ran into, like his dad, and then he got to see his girl, Captain America. So it was just really cool. It was just like little winks, like little godsends of like, hey, we really care about these characters. We want to just show them like, okay, this is like could be the last Avenger movie of these original cast members, which I hope it isn't because I love them to death. But it was cool, and I think the biggest send off was the climax, the epic battle of, okay, we got to take Thanos down and his army and all this evil. And I just thought it was beautiful how they handled it, how they bring these heroes back that we lost in Infinity Wars. So yeah, guys, I highly recommend seeing Avengers Endgame. I'm just so pleased with what Marvel did, and I just it breaks my heart. It's really bittersweet because I don't know if we're gonna get any more Avenger movies like this with the Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye. It's just they did such a great job, and just full circle, and it's so nice to see that, and I was so grateful, and I want to see it again. I mean, it's one of those movies like Infinity Wars. It's like as soon as I saw it, it's like I want to see it again because there's just so many things that happen that you want to see and you might have missed. But all in all, so yeah, guys, assemble, check out Avengers Endgame. It is totally worth it. Totally worth ticket price. I'm definitely gonna buy this on 4K Blu-ray. So enjoy this movie. Try to see all the other movies, or as much as you can, just to get up to date with it. I actually saw Infinity Wars a couple nights before I saw Endgame just to refresh everything, and I think that really helped too. But great characters, great story, great visual aid, great music. Just oh, one other thing. Oh my gosh, this is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this part. But there's this scene, okay, people, that Captain America steals at towards the end of the movie. I won't say too much more, but we we were all waiting for it, and when it happened, it was awesome. And there was actually someone in the audience that said "finally" out loud. Like, oh man, it was so cool. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. So I'm so glad they gave Captain America that justice send off there. But yeah, so thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next movie talk. Appreciate it, and have a wonderful night, guys. Take care. God bless.